Good morning, guys. I don't feel like waking up today because this weather is so bad. My God, I'm just looking at it from the window and how it's raining and snowing. This kind of rain snow used to hurt somebody so much. So I'm going to make a video today, a short video on difference between ranking pflegefachfrau and Pflegeassistenz, pflegekraft, because that was a question somebody asked. So I will talk about those ones, what it is, and I also want to talk about FSU, Freiwilliger Social. Yeah, so I want to talk about it because it's very good. So see you when I talk about this. She's so beautiful. She went behind my back for appreciation. It goes without saying. Who's to say that I ain't the one to blame for the push away? Yeah, still forgiven. So as I was saying, I'm talking about pflegefachfrau, Pflegeassistent. Pflegefachfrau is the 3 years Ausbildung with a Fachkraft. Fachkraft means that the person that have learned medicine side of the nursing and can do so many things like fixing drip on somebody. In case of any kind of emergency, can administer drugs to the person, can do a lot of things. Pflegeassistent is somebody that is assisting the pflegekraft, because the pflegekraft cannot do all alone. So Pflegeassistent is reporting to pflegekraft. That's how it's supposed to be. That's the definition and how it is. But when you are working, you will see that pflegekraft, they does everything. Pflegeassistent does almost everything pflegekraft is doing in some hospital. In some hospital, the pflegekraft, like where I was doing my hospital, the Pflegeassistants, they were doing everything. They come, they have their own Übergabe, they have their own Aufgabe that they want to do, and they do it, and they report in the end, give their own Übergabe at the end. So it just maybe 1 or 2 things, if they are not allowed, they can ask the Pflegefachkraft to do. But for me, I think they do most of the things too, in some. But Pflegefachkraft mostly work in the hospital. They still work in Pflegeheim, Seniorenheim, Lebenshilfe, but they mostly work in the hospital. So why Pflegeassistants, Pflegehelfer, Pflegekraft is the one without Ausbildung. Maybe you only did practical, you want to work, so you are a Pflegekraft. Or maybe you did this 3 months course, because there's still this 3 months Pflegehelfer course. You still do it, then you are Pflegefachkraft, because it's not anerkannt, it's not recognized. So, but you are entitled to work because you've learned, you have the grown knowledge and you have the Erfahrung. They used to ask if you have the grown knowledge and Erfahrung in the Pflege, that you have seen, you have known, you know what to do, so you can work. So those ones used to work. So Pflegeassistance is anerkannt in Staat Anerkennung. That's what they give. Pflegefachkraft too is Staat anerkannt. It's fact anerkannt too. So, but they assist the Pflegefachkraft. Pflegefachkraft is the bigger one. But not that is the biggest, because as you are a Pflegefachkraft, you can still do Weiterbildung to become Pflegeleitung, to become the Leitung in your station. That's like a supervisor, the way they say it in Nigerian company. And there are so many vital billing you can do that will make you look feel special than the other. And some, even if you don't feel special, there are so many vital billing you can do that can uplift your status and your salary. For instance, you can do wound management. You can do wound management vital bidon. With this wound management vital bidon, anything that concerning wound management, you'll be called to do that one because you have the certificate to do that one. You are a pflegefachfrau and you have wound management. It will now increase your salary a little. So there are so many vital bidon you can do to uplift you. But Pflegeassistent too has so many too that they can do. I think Pflegeassistent is not that they have much more than pflegefachfrau, but they have a lot too that they can do. For instance, palliative care. They can do palliative care vital bidon. They can do this pico test. That's to test blood, to test corona test, the vital bidon. LG1 und 2 vital bidon. Pain nurse vital bidon. I've seen a lot, just that anytime I want to make video, that's everything will just disappear on my head. So what I will always do, I'll write them down. So I think in the end I'm going to put them down, or I'll look for them and attach it to the video so that in the end you can just pause the video and read all. That's what I'm going to do. So this is the difference between Pflegefachfrau and Pflegeassistent and Pflegehilfskraft. Pflegefachfrau is the 3 years Ausbildung. Is the big Ausbildung as nursing. It has its own vital bidon that you can do to uplift yourself. You have to do vital bidon, fourth bidon before you can become Pflegedienstleitung. Pflegedienstleitung is somebody that is the lighter in the station, somebody like supervisor in the station that is the one that will talk to the boss. So they have that one. Then Pflegeassistent is the one supposing to assist the Pflegefachfrau in so many things. Like in the hospital as a Pflegeassistent, you are the one to be, maybe if old people are in the hospital that need to be bathed, to be fed with food, that's Essen anreichen, duschen, waschen, lager, you are the one that will be doing all those ones for them. You can even give this thrombose injection. You are allowed to do that. You are allowed to do so many things. You are allowed to remove vigo. You're allowed to do so many things as Pflegeassistants in the hospital, but mostly all these people that comes and cannot do things by themselves, maybe somebody that they did operation, you are the one to clean, bathe, change the person, the ones that are using diapers, you are the one. But Pflegefachfrau, they do it too, but I'm just saying that is your main job. If Pflegefachfrau have time and you are busy, you can do that, but normally you as the Pflegeassistant, that is your Aufgabe, that is your job to do. Then Pflegehilfskraft, they do almost the same as Pflegefachfrau, just that there are still some things they are not allowed to do because they didn't study, they don't know the risks in so many things. So Pflegehilfskraft is under Pflegeassistant. They are under Pflegeassistant. For instance, in a place they are paying Pflegeassistants. For instance, let me just say Pflegeassistant maybe 16 euro. Pflegehelfer will be paid 12 euro 50, 13 euro. So you see, it's not too much difference, just that they have certificate, but there are still Pflegehelfskraft that after 1 year as a Pflegehelfskraft, even if you don't want to do Ausbildung, what people don't know, there are so many ways you can become a nurse. Even if you don't want to do Ausbildung, even if you are thinking the 1 year is hard for you, you did practical already, or you do that 3 months on, you can work for one year, 1,900 and something hours, I can't remember, but 1,900 plus hours, or 1 year, full site, 1 year. Then you will do LG1 und LG behind Lohnpfleger certificate. So the certificate is now the same with Pflegeassistant certificate. That certificate is the same. Everything that somebody that did Pflegeassistenz is doing, you too can do it, and you can receive the same salary too. You didn't do 3 years Ausbildung, you didn't do 1 year Ausbildung, rather you did maybe practical, you have a Erfahrung, or you work in Elternheim before or something. Then if you have worked for 1 year or more, you can apply for Weiterbildung. This Weiterbildung is 160 hours. It's 160 hours lecture. Then after the 160 hours lecture, you have to do 3 months practical in hospital or anywhere, Elternheim. You do 3 months practical, and there must be a Pflegeleitung there that will, because this Pflegeleitung, they are the one that will say, okay, you did so one, you know so one, so they will mark it. They will have the school that sent you there will give you paper that Pflegeleitung need to write on, that you've learned this, you've learned that, they are satisfied with you and all that. Then they will give you certificate. So this particular one is not start anerkannung, right? Rather, this is Krankenkasse anerkennung. This is recognized by the Krankenkasse. That's why you have to work, because if you are working, your Krankenkasse know that you are working. They are seeing it that you are working in your Krankenkasse. So your Krankenkasse will give you anerkennung now that you have done this certificate, you have done this training, and you are entitled to have this LG and LG 2. With that, you can just, some people, that is what they just did, and they've been working for 15 years. Yeah, they've been working for so many years. That is what they did, and from there you can be doing more Weiterbildung to uplift your, maybe after that LG and LG 2 now. After like 6 months, you think, okay, I want to upgrade my certificate, I want to learn more. You can still go and do palliative care. If you do palliative care, it will still increase your chance of job. It will still increase your income. So Pflege is just something so wide that if you are ready and willing to do it, you will gain a lot from it. You really gain a lot from it. So I recommend that mothers, you know, my channel is all about we mothers. I've been there, I'm a mother, I've went through so much. So that's why I'm always talking about us. I know fathers too can do exactly everything that I'm saying. Father, please don't be angry. I'm always saying mothers. Fathers too can do. Boys, you can do. Boys, single father, I know many of them, you can do. So there are so many ways you can do all these things and be getting better salary, you know. Because if you say, okay, let me go and work in bakery or something, I don't think you will get the amount of money you'll be getting when you are working in Pflege. Not that other jobs are not good. Other jobs are good, and choose what you like. But I'm just trying to give you tips on what you can still do, you know, parts that you did not think about, and just trying to bring that into your memory, that there are things like this, that you can do. So there are so many things that you can do to increase your chance of making some money and living a good life in Germany. So if this, I hope I've answered. I can't remember the person that asked the question. I hope I've answered the question, and I hope I explain it a little the way you could understand. But if you don't understand, still ask me. But Google is your best friend. Google is your best friend. If you have listened to some of the things I've said, you can go and type it on Google and you will get answers that you want. So at least I'm bringing information, what you never think of, what you've never thought about, what you never knew that this kind of thing exists. I'm giving you so you can work with that. So the next video I'm going to make, I'm going to talk about FSJ. FSJ, if you are in Africa, if you are in any country you are, I will talk about FSJ, how you are going to do it and the advantage of it. So thank you very much, guys. Every time I don't want to make my video long, but they always get long. So this was just a quick one before I take my breakfast. My tea is getting cold. So thank you. Have a nice day. Please like, subscribe. My followers are too low. I have just 17, which I appreciate all the 17 followers. Thank you very much for following my channel, for liking me, for your support, everything. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate, as I'm here to make you people grow. Please make me grow too. Thank you very much. I love you guys. Bye. and you want to come to Germany,